everyone. I have a question for you. Do you feel like a cracked pot? A cracked pot meaning you feel like a failure. You feel like no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get things right. If you feel that way, then you just may be a cracked pot, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm a cracked pot myself. Yeah, cracked pot myself. So if you listen on, I will explain to you why being a cracked pot is a good thing. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Cindy Curran. I'm from the Spiritually Charged Life, a YouTube channel for spiritual awakening and personal development and growth. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And how I'm going to explain about being a cracked pot is a good thing is through a parable that I learned. And this parable comes out of India. And you know how in India they carry from their villages maybe to a well or to a river or stream. They have the poles going across their necks, and they have the two pots on the end of the pole, and they walk to the village to go get some water, and then they walk back. Well, this particular boy had two pots. One pot was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. And the other pot had cracks in it. So whenever the boy walked to and from the village, the cracked pot would leak water all over the place, and by the time the boy got back to the village, the water would be almost gone from this cracked pot. So one day the cracked pot felt bad and said to the boy, now there's different versions of this, so I'm giving you the short version, but the cracked pot said to the boy, I'm not perfect like the other pot. The other pot brings you full water. A full pot of water wherever you take it back to your home, whenever you take it back to your home. But me, I'm such a cracked pot that I leak water, and when you get to your house, or to your hut, there's hardly any water. I'm useless. I'm no good. I'm good for nothing. Why do you still carry me? And the boy said to the cracked pot, he says, I want you to see something. And he walked back to the village one day, and on the side of the cracked pot was all flowers. But on the side of the pot that was perfect, there were no flowers whatsoever. And the boy said, I kept you because you make my land beautiful. I planted seeds. So when I walked with you, all these flowers would be on your side, and I get to pluck those beautiful flowers and bring them into my hut. And from then on, the cracked pot knew it was worthwhile. So basically, the moral of the story is sometimes we have flaws, and we look at our flaws thinking that they're no good, they're nothing, they're useless, it makes us feel like a failure, so on and so forth, when really, even though we don't realize it at the time, our flaws, our cracks, if you will, are bringing positive things. It might not show up right away, like the flowers didn't show up right away. We might not realize it, but it is. And what those cracks are, I believe everything is a learning lesson. I believe everything is about personal development and growth and spiritual awakening, everything that happens to us. So if you feel like a cracked pot, if you feel like a failure, there's no such thing as failures. A failure is only a human concept. No animal on the planet thinks of themselves as a failure. If an animal goes on a hunt and they miss, they learn what to do and what not to do. So there's no such thing as failures, number one. That is a human concept. Think of anything, whenever you feel like you're failing, think of it as a learning lesson. What is this situation teaching me? How can I grow from this lesson? So if you are a cracked pot, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. You're making beauty in your world. You may not know it right now, but you are. When I was a kid, I was labeled slow. I didn't fit in with kids. I had what they call developmental dyspraxia, which wasn't actually diagnosed till I was in my 40s. And I just was a total screw up with life. I just never could get things straight. And now I understand more. I can look back. I learned my lessons. I have forgiven everybody who's ever hurt me, who's ever bullied me. But most importantly, I have forgiven myself. And I have accepted all my flaws. And what all that turmoil did to me as a kid was make me a more understanding and more compassionate person as an adult. And I am able to help people. I said in one of my last videos, keep dreaming. Keep on dreaming. I said that I was talking to a guy in my apartment building in the hallway, and he was going through a very, very tough time. And we were just chit-chatting. I was telling him about some situations that I was in. I don't know why I was compelled at the moment to tell him my personal story, but I was. And a few days later, he approached me and he said, "You know, Cindy," he said, "I was going to kill myself that day. I had my suicide planned. But after talking to you, you gave me hope, and I feel more positive about my future." And that was a few years ago, and I've run into him last year, and he's doing really well. He actually looks really, really good. And without those experiences as a kid of being a total screw up, I wouldn't have been able to be understanding of him, even though he didn't verbalize to me what he went through. And I know I wouldn't be the compassionate and loving person that I am today. So yes, I am a cracked pot. I hope you're a cracked pot too, because I'm telling you, wait, you might not see it now, you might not realize it now, but something great and amazing is going to happen. And I say this over and over in my videos. You've got greatness in you. If you're listening to this video, if you're reading self-help books or listening to other motivational speakers, if you're growing, that means there's a part of your brain that knows that there is greatness in you. It might be subconscious, but it is there, and it's just ready to burst open. And one day you're gonna hit that right video, that right book, or that right situation, and it's just gonna explode. That's how it happened for me, and it's gonna happen to you. And just look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I am great. I am wonderful." Fill your brain with positive affirmations. And think of it this way: if you're putting yourself down, you're calling yourself a failure, a loser, whatever, would you say that to somebody else? Or if you did say it, would you feel bad? Hopefully you would. If you had any kind of conscience, you would feel bad. So if you're not going to say it to other people, why should you say it constantly to yourself? Correct that. And a lot of those bad feelings that you feel about yourself probably stem from your childhood. Who was it? Do you really feel like a failure? Do you really feel like a loser? Or was it something in your childhood, negative people, whether it was your parents, your siblings, your peers, because you didn't fit in, you weren't the right look, you weren't the right color, you weren't the right sex, you were gay, whatever it was? Did they put all that negative thoughts into your head? Are those negative thoughts really yours or somebody else's? And that's what you have to decipher on your own. So that's it. From one cracked pot to another, good luck to you. I wish you all the best in life, and I hope this video has helped you. If you like this video, please subscribe to it. And beside the subscribe button, the red subscribe button, is a little bell. If you would like to see my videos as they come up or get notifications when I do the videos, if you press that little bell, you receive notifications when I put a new video out. And if you think this video can help somebody, please share. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a great, wonderful day. Have a wonderful one. Bye now.